Welcome back to the 2-Minute Warning. Today I'm taking a look at the Baltimore Ravens and going over the 3 secrets to them winning the Super Bowl in the upcoming season. But before we get into that topic, question for those of you viewing, where do you rank Lamar Jackson amongst quarterbacks in the NFL? I know no one has him at number 1, but give me a broad idea. You think he's the 5th best, 6th best, 7th best? Everyone has him in his top 10, but where in your top 10 is he at? Comment down below and I'll give my answer again. But getting straight into it, the first secret to the Ravens is Lamar Jackson needs to play like an MVP. Does he need to play like an MVP to make the playoffs, to win the division, get a playoff win? No. But does he need to play like an MVP if we're talking about a Super Bowl? Yes. And I know time and time again there's been plenty of quarterbacks that haven't won MVP or even been close to MVP caliber. Ravens Trent Dilfer, for example. But still, we need Lamar in this team to have a MVP type of level performance. He doesn't got to win MVP, but he does have to perform at that level, in my opinion. And reason being, he doesn't have a Trent Dilfer Ravens 2000 defense, like one of the best defenses ever. No discredit to this Ravens defense, but you guys know what I mean. Lamar, he's the captain of this team. He's a leader of this team. He is this team. He needs to be at his best, at his peak. I think he's close to it. He's entering his prime. Lamar, I think people give him too much shame. The dude's younger than Joe Burrow and has 10 times the amount of accolades already. He's finally got his playoff win. He's got 3 playoff trips. He's got an MVP. Lamar is much better than I think people give credit for. Some people are realizing how good Lamar is, but others, it's a two-sided thing. You're either all for Lamar or all against Lamar. There is no stuck in the middle. I feel like I'm a little in the middle where I'm really realistic. I think he's entering his prime, but I'm not going to say he's the best in the league. I feel like I'm kind of in the middle. Hopefully, you guys tell me where you at. Are you all Lamar? Are you against Lamar? Where are you at? But for them to win a Super Bowl, I do think he has to play at the performance as one of the best in the league. Doesn't have to be, throw the ball like a Mahomes or like a Rodgers or like a Deshaun Watson, like Russell Wilson, like a Josh Allen, but he does have to be able to match them toe-to-toe, whether it be through the air, on the ground, a mix of both. Whatever Lamar's style is, that game, that day, that series, that given Sunday, just be able to match any QB in the league like an MVP could. Again, he doesn't need to bring home the award to win a Super Bowl. I'm not saying Lamar needs to win MVP, but I'm saying he just has to play at that type of performance, rushing close to 1,000 yards, putting up 30-plus touchdowns through the air. He's got to perform like that. I think he can, and I think not necessarily that he will, but I do think he has a better chance of doing so than not, in my opinion. Number 2 on the list as far as secrets is Ravens need to be in that realm of top 5 defenses in the league. They don't got to be the best, and I will give them a little leeway. I'm not saying they have to be 1, 2, 3, 4, or 5. They could be okay to be 6 or 7, but they got to be in that realm of one of the best in the league. And I don't think that's very unrealistic to expect it. Yes, there's some great defenses out there. Steelers, Rams, Bucks, Dolphins, Bears, Vikings, Broncos, Colts. I'm sure there's a couple more I'm leaving off my list. There's some tough defense out there. The Browns are another one in their own division that are up and coming. But the Ravens, with the talent they got, I am concerned with them losing both Yannick Ngakoue and Matt Judon, but I still think they'll be fine. They got a lot of talent. I'm a big fan of Calais Campbell. You have Brandon Williams, Wolf, Patrick Queen. You brought in Odafe Away. Excuse me on pronunciation, but I do think that's a pretty good first-round pick that they got pretty much out of Orlando Brown Jr. They have Jimmy Smith, Marlon Humphrey, Marcus Peters, Devon Young, Deshaun Elliott, excuse me. It's a stacked roster. It's not like this team can't reach top 5. I think on paper you could argue they're already top 5. I think they got a top 3, top 2, maybe top 1 secondary in the league. They're that good. I'm just saying we actually need to see it come into fruition. We need to actually watch them become top 5 and play like top 5, not just say they're top 5. And to me, if you got an MVP quarterback and a top 5 defense, you're already on track for it. But we've seen time and time again, we've seen top 5 defenses not be able to win, not be able to carry it, not be able to do it all on their own. We've seen MVP quarterbacks not win Super Bowls. Lamar Jackson, for example. They need to all come together. They need to overlap. This isn't just one or the other. These are 3 secrets again. Does Lamar need to be MVP for them to make the playoffs? No. Do the Ravens need a top 5 defense for them to make the playoffs? No. But if I'm talking about a Super Bowl ring to make the playoffs and win the playoffs, I think these things are necessary. Of course, there's a little bit of flexibility to them. These aren't the exact standards and resume and necessities you need to get in. This doesn't say, oh, get these, here's a ticket to the Super Bowl. But you guys know what I mean. These high performance stats, these high performance levels is a good way to get there. And then the final one is someone needs to step up in the receiving core. I don't care who it is. I don't care if Sammy Watkins turns his career around. I don't care if Mark Andrews becomes the next Travis Kelce. I don't care if Rashod Bateman becomes the next Justin Jefferson in his rookie year. I don't care if it's 4th round Tylan Wallace doing it. Hollywood Brown. I don't care if he becomes like his cousin Antonio Brown. I don't care if he uses his speed to become the next Tyreek Hill. Someone in that receiving room, Andrews, Watkins, Brown, Bateman, someone needs to step up and be this X factor player. I'm tired of the excuses of Lamar's passing game is struggling due to the receiving room. I get that, and I understand that. His receiving room was not the best last year. Hollywood Brown, Willie Snead, Mark Andrews, and that was a list. And just because we know those names, just because you know a name in the NFL doesn't mean they're good. A couple of those guys are just fun to watch. Hollywood Brown, I like him. I don't think he should be the best receiver on your team by any means. Now I'm hoping whether it be Sammy or Rashod Bateman, or like I said, 4th rounder Tylan Wallace, someone needs to be an X factor that can help Lamar and help this team just go to the next level. And of course, you need the rest of the guys to do well. J.K. Dobbins, Gus Edwards, offensive line of Kevin Zeitler, Ronnie Stanley, someone at the other tackle, whether it be Alejandro Villanueva, Jawan James. Hopefully one of them come healthy. And I think you got a decent tackle to work with and a good O-line to work with. But those things are set. Those things are expected to be good. Those things are expected to perform or produce. Receiving room, on paper, again, just like the defense, the talent is there, but who's going to step up and be the guys? Rashod Bateman going to be this next best receiver like we're expecting him to, where he's going to be, he should have been the 4th receiver taken before Kadarius Toney. Maybe he'll be better than Devontae Smith. Can he live up to these expectations, these speculations, these possibilities? I'm not sure. Not saying he needs to be the guy specifically, but someone in this receiving room needs to be a well-known brand name across the league when it comes to receivers that can be on par with the best. I'm not saying it's got to be DeAndre Hopkins, Devontae Adams level, but just in the realm of one of the better top 15, top 20 receivers in the league. That's what we need out of the Ravens. A top 20 receiver, an MVP type of season from Lamar, and a top 5-ish defense. Of course, like I said, there's flexibility to all these, not strict standards, but in those realms of likelihoods, in that realm of secrets, keys, whatever you want to call it, that's what the Ravens need to me to win a Super Bowl. I like them a lot this year. It's going to be tough. Titans getting Julio Jones, Chiefs being the Chiefs, Bills being the Bills, Browns having one of the best rosters in the NFL and being your own division. And then outside of that, there's some dark horse teams, the Chargers, the Dolphins, the Colts. And then outside of that, you got the other side in the NFC. Is it the Bucs with Brady, new Matt Stafford Rams, Aaron Rodgers Packers, Danger Russ and the Seahawks, healthy Niners, whoever it is. Ravens got a challenge. They got a trip. They got a tough path. But I think with those 3 things being met, those 3 criteria falling in place, I think they have a great shot, not necessarily to be the Super Bowl favorite, but to be a Super Bowl contender that is on par with everyone, if not better than everyone. You guys tell me, though, do you agree or disagree with my 3 secrets, my 3 keys, whatever you want to call it? Again, I like the Ravens this year, but we'll just have to see if it comes into fruition. Again, you guys comment down below and tell me, referring back to the question asked in the beginning of the video, where do I rank Lamar? Personally, it's tough. These 4 quarterbacks I have, this is in no order, but no moving them. No one's topping them as of today. Mahomes, Rodgers, Russell Wilson, Deshaun Watson. Again, no one in no order, but those are all tier 1 on their own mantle, platform, whatever you want to call it. Those are the 4 quarterbacks that I'm not touching, but 5, 6, and 7, Brady, Allen, Lamar, I think they're all interchangeable. It just depends on who has a better day for me. So I'll give Lamar the upside in the ceiling being the 5th best QB in the league. I'll give him the floor of being the 7th best QB in the league. I know that's not the most specific answer, but again, I'm not expecting you guys to say he's number 6 or he's number 8 or number 9 or 3. I don't expect your exact ranking, but I'm giving you my little range of between 5 and 7. You guys tell me, though, do you agree or disagree? As always, and of course, I truly appreciate it, guys. Thank you for watching. 2-minute warning.